When you hear this sound effect, pause the video and complete the task yourself.
Whoa.
My name is Morty Boyman. Please don't laugh at that, okay? Over the last week I've been hearing a ghostly voice coming from the kitchen. It's telling me to do things that I wouldn't normally do, like fill the sink with soapy water. Then I found "do your dishes" written on my wall in dish soap. Next they told me to soak plates and cups in the sudsy water. They specifically said not to put knives in the sudsy water to avoid their fate. I know it sounds crazy, but I can prove it. I set up cameras in the kitchen last night, and this is what I found.
Nice camera. Whoa, what's going on here? Did you get my message? Sorry, I had to use your dish soap. I swear I never have a pen. So, funny story. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. And sorta kinda cursed to wash dishes for the rest of my afterlife. So, whatever, I guess. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but I see you could use some help. Washing dishes has a learning curve and can be a little dangerous with the knives. First, I go to fill the sink. But let's start simple with that. Plates and bowls. Here we got our happy little sponge friend, who is not square friend. So we're gonna fill him up with the dish soap, right? He likes that. Wipe down the whole surface of the plate. We can't be missing anything now. Anything. We want the whole plate to look brand new every time. It makes every meal special. Somehow. Bowls and cups are like deep dish plates. You gotta use the same scrubbing method, but be sure to cover the inside and outside the bowl. Gotta take care of the whole thing like a precious child. Though I wouldn't know anything about that because I've never had a kid. I had a cat, and my mother, she took him away. She took him away to the farm. Oven glass dishware. Oven glass dishware. Things are getting a little more complicated. I mean, you bake with them, which guarantees gunk is going to crust into it. Oh god, that's so disgusting. You may need to use a stainless steel scoring pad here. For some, though, you can just use your happy little sponge friend again. Now let's get all Bob Ross up on this. Wipe the whole surface of the dish, front and back, inside and outside of the dish. Since I'm already using a scoring pad, it's time to wash the pots and pans. I have a few that I can use this pad on, but I need to avoid using the stainless steel pad on the non-stick pots and pans. The last thing my purgator of heart wants is to ruin a non-stick pot or pan. I only have a few left in this kitchen. At last, the nemesis of my nemesis, the cutting board. These can be tricky to wash, right as those pesky knives cut grooves into the cutting board. Like, it cut grooves into my existence. Use the rough side of the sponge to get as much soap and water in the cutting board as possible. Wipe the whole front and back. Don't forget about the back like everyone else does. In this soap-filled sink are the remainder of the dishes and the memories of my life. Clean each individual utensil. This means that parts you put in your mouth and the parts you hold in your hand. Be sure to get in between all the grooves of the dishes. For the simplest example, examine a fork and make sure there's no gunk left on it. And finally, my true nemesis, the knives. These needed to be left out of the dishwater, or you may end up missing, or worse. Clean these like you did the silverware, but be extremely careful when washing the blade. We don't want you to go ghost, no matter how cool it looks. Now that your dishes are washed, if you question the cleanliness of any of your dishes, use the feel test. If you rub your finger on the dish delicately, and it's sticky, grimy, or doesn't feel clean, go back to step 1.
Editor's note. There's a reason the ghost is a ghost. He should never ever put his palm on a knife. There is no practical reason to do that, and that is why he's a ghost. Don't do that. You have so much to live for.
If you've made it to the point of no return, and all your dishes are clean, they need to be dried. Yeah, this is not over. You could have them on the dish rack drying, or the dish mat drying. But if you do that, set a 1-hour timer to be sure that you put them away. I'm tired of haunting people's wet dishes. Alternately, you could dry them then and there and put them away in their appropriate place. And save me time. However, I'm going to leave these dishes out to be put away for you, Morty. Remember,
I'll be watching you.
Okay, so you've heard of Elf on a Shelf? Well, I found a skull in a bowl.
That doesn't rhyme.
Anyway, I have good news and worse news. Good news is I'm not missing. Worst news is I'm doing my dishes!